Ninad, can you hear me? I made you the host as well.
Yep, sounds good.
Give it a few minutes.
Yep. We can give it another minute and then get started. Should I get started?
Yes, please get started.
Cool. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar here. I'm Ninad. Let me get my screen ready and sharing. Present, present full screen. Let's not skip ahead. We'll go to first page. Cool. All right. Um, yeah, so welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. Today. It's evening here, but whatever time you hop on the call, we really do appreciate it. Ninad here. I founded Gifted Gabber before handing it over to my mom, who's Coach Joe. I wanted to spend some time today to talk about my own journey and also particularly about AI and AI research. So here's me, click through here. I'm Ninad. In high school, I ended up being valedictorian, took 20 APs, which is a good amount at the time. Completed my master's in computer science recently, last year in Georgia Tech in a quite accelerated fashion. I found a gift at Gabber, of course. Back then it was more about conversation and public speaking, but we shifted in an angle that we feel can provide even more value for students, talking all across college counseling, research programs, you name it. Um, back in high school, which I'll talk more about, I also co-founded this one startup called Canary, which was Coming out of this one UPenn Management and Technology Summer Institute program I completed in high school. I was super big into cryptocurrency back in the day. That was kind of the big fad, the trend, as you will, a few years back when I was in high school. Of course, now the trend is AI, but crypto is huge. Blockchain crypto, quite quite popular and fashionable at the time, and it's still popular now. Um, I was also a teaching assistant in artificial intelligence, the graduate course at Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech is kind of where I completed my bachelor's and master's. Cool. Yep. So in high school, I was super into CS and super into my academics as well. So throughout my time in high school, I loved taking APs, learning more about um, all sorts of topics. It ended up being, yeah, definitely a lot to handle, but I wanted to talk through some of the techniques that helped me push through and complete those APs. I graduated top of my class as well, and this is not to brag per se. I just wanted to explain what worked for me and how that might help for you and your high school students as well. Did research in cryptocurrency, and I also really like to conduct hackathons for underprivileged youth. So just getting them getting people who might not have access to easy computer science courses right off the bat. I love to host those and conduct them so I can spread the knowledge about computer science, whatever I knew. At Georgia Tech, I completed my bachelor's and master's super quickly in accelerated fashion, and then did internships at Amazon, AWS, Moderna, and also this trucking company called JB Hunt. Moderna is actually where I work full time, which I'll talk about right now. But I also did the teaching assistant job at Georgia Tech. So that was in graduate AI, and Georgia Tech has a program where if you are a teaching assistant, they call it a GTA, graduate teaching assistant. You're able to pay that semester's tuition. So the semester that I was in, teaching being a teaching assistant for that graduate AI course, I managed to pay my tuition off there. Highly recommend if you go to a school that offers that. So you might be wondering, okay, 20 APs. Why was that important? Like, why does taking 20 APs matter? I think the first angle is college admissions, right? APs really help demonstrate academic rigor. If you take a lot of APs in high school, or it doesn't have to be a lot, even the APs that you take, if they're quality and you do well in them, it shows to colleges that you are adept and capable of handling the rigor in college. That's not to say that APs are like the exact same, one to one as a college course. They mimic college courses, sure, but oftentimes college courses range in difficulty, right? In any case, like maxing out the courses you can take in your high school, and that being APs, and making sure you push yourself in that angle. Of course, mental health matters, but finding a way you can push yourself academically and still function and be happy is, I think, really important. And again, academic rigor is super important in terms of college admissions because it really helps you stand out and also make your case, especially with those top 20 schools. One of the foundational requirements is you being a stellar student, right? You showing having those grades and also taking quite rigorous courses. And then, in a lot of colleges, they really do like those APs. A really second important benefit, which is kind of understated at times, is the idea of college credit. So the main way I was able to graduate Georgia Tech quickly and it was able to lump in my master's as well is because I was able to slice off and eliminate a lot of those general education courses because I took those APs. For example, like AP Biology stood in for one of my science courses. AP Calculus AB stood in for my introductory calculus course in in college, right? So a lot of those general education courses I was able to swipe away because of my APs. That's good because it helps you save semesters of tuition in college, right? You don't have to take those general education courses and spend your credits on those courses. And of course, that helps save money. And if acceleration, which I think is a good perk in college, if acceleration is important to you, making sure you can get to those important major specific classes first, then APs are really important. So college credit is another big form of APs. That it's quite variable. Some colleges accept college credits quite easily. Like Georgia Tech was very open with their college credits, so I was able to transfer a lot of my credits. But some colleges don't. right? But in any case, like having the opportunity, having the ability to transfer your APs for college credit and taking those APs in the first place, so you can transfer that college credit, I think is quite an important advantage of APs. Cool. Yeah, so it's really the second thing I really loved focusing on was blockchain and crypto. I was pretty quite into it, quite into it. During my AP research class in high school, that's kind of the area I focused on. So I was really like, loved reading about articles, about blogs, about research papers on blockchain at the time, and understanding how it worked within cryptocurrency. Um, I wrote a research paper on that. I, worked with a professor. I did all that fun stuff with research, and you're going to see why that's helpful, right? I also love teaching, right? So whatever knowledge I gained, I tried to um, go to libraries and teach people on that and get people aware of blockchain because I was head over heels. When you're passionate about something, um, it really makes the job of spreading knowledge and pushing on innovation really that much easier. I loved blockchain and crypto to the point where like with a friend I bought this Bitcoin ATM machine, which basically you can put in money and it spits out spits out virtual cryptocurrency. I bought it from Russia, spray painted it in the garage and then tried to pitch it to local malls. Didn't end up working, but it just kind of it was a little funny experience about my crypto journey back then. And I think that research and kind of push in crypto really helped my college profile because it demonstrated my experience and passion in emerging technologies. It helped build my problem solving analytical skills as well, which I was able to showcase in my college application. And of course, like I think trying to innovate. Of course, you're a high schooler, right? And as a high schooler, you're still learning and picking up on things. So it's a tough ask to innovate, but it is possible, right? As you'll see. So showing that you're able to at least push towards innovation in a specific subject area, I think is shows really well for colleges. In fact, I remember for one of my colleges, I got an admissions officer letter, which was like, yeah, we'd love to admit you, and we also really loved the research you did in high school. So that kind of goes to show that research is important in terms of college admissions. If you really want your kids, high schoolers profile to pop. I also probably can't hear the video here, but I also loved conducting hackathons because I think it's a great way to really quickly learn a new skill and to try to apply it practically. So I loved hosting them. I also loved being part of them in college as well. I was part of quite a few. And I think it really helps to like kind of balance academics and innovation because um, you can combine technical expertise. So, I think one of the best ways to force somebody to learn is to teach it, right? It's really, really tough to teach something if you don't know the ins and outs of what you're teaching. So hackathon, the first few, sessions or uh, the first few, the first actual section of the hackathon is usually like an introduction talking about the problem, and you need to know what's up. You need to know Python. You need to know whatever language you're dealing with, whatever problem you're trying to solve within the hackathon. So you need that technical experience, and also community impact, right? Hackathons are really it's a cool way to bring people together, and I think that's also quite if you can, and if you're interested in computer science, conducting hackathons is quite a good way to show that you're passionate about computer science, and that shows within your college admissions and college application. Cool. Yep. So what I kind of want to drill forward here, right, is that building a strong college profile, the first thing is it's not always about grades, right? I really push myself to take a lot of APs and, have the academic rigor, but more than just being an academic, showing that you have a passion and showing that you tried to gain experience in areas you're passionate about, I think is really important. It shows leadership, it shows initiative, right? The determination and ambition to try new things and learn, and also your talents, right? Your ability to learn new things. These are really, key areas, and also uh, in terms of your essays and supplementals and extracurricular activities, the activities you do outside of academics are really useful and critical within those writing areas. Through your essays, you can show that you're passionate about computer science or passionate about whatever field you're in, and you did X, Y, and Z. Through your extracurriculars, of course, it's a great way to show your proficiency and forays into different activities. Passion projects are also uh, really awesome to showcase within college admissions, right? College applications. If you have a passion project like, my Bitcoin ATM machine or whatever you're interested in, uh, those are really good to show within writing, right? Uh, Writing can bring out your curiosity, your passion, um, and also your experiences in those areas, right? But without those experiences, it's really hard to write about computer science or really hard to write about the area you're interested in. So those activities that you do are fundamental to your essays, right? Writing supplements, your extracurriculars, all that fun stuff. And what I'd say in general about college admissions is you want your profile to stand out. You want to show that you're unique and you have something new to bring to the college. And a clear way to do that is being authentic, right? That's the first thing. And what I mean by being authentic, it means that you've actually taken a true interest in something and you're showing it. Being inauthentic is like making up things about what you've done, right? If you haven't really conducted a hackathon, you can't write about it, right? So being authentic is showing your experiences that you've actually done and you've pushed hard to learn about and do, showing them through your college admissions, right? And as well, like if you build these activities and you're doing these initiatives outside of your day-to-day academics, I think it shows that you have a really clear vision for your future. Part of building things and failing and trying new things and seeing what you like and what you don't like is slowly honing in on what you want your vision to be in the future. And that's important. And college admissions officers love to see that. Love to see that you have a vision of what you want to do. It doesn't have to be super perfect, like you want to do X, Y, Z, but you should show you have a clear, genuine passion for something, right? And that's your vision. Cool. Uh, I think a lot of questions kind of arise, like in my high school journey about how people who take a lot of APs or try to do a lot of things outside of school balance those academics with those initiatives, those personal growth stuff. I think it boils down to kind of three big things. The first is managing your time effectively. Um, a lot of my academics, I really tried to make my environment such that the work I did was very, very focused, right? In this 2 hours, I want to get X, Y, Z done. Coming into high school, this is true for a lot of students too. Um, Oftentimes, the effort and work you put in something might not be very focused time. And when it's not focused time, you spend a lot more time doing it. It could be something like, let's say I have to finish this essay for my English class. I could take 4 hours and maybe look at YouTube on the side, come back to it, do something on the side, come back. Um, Maybe do two things at once, multitask, text my friend while I'm writing my essay, whatever. Um, I truly believe in a lot of cases that those 4 hours can be condensed into 2 solid hours of focused time. If you remove your distractions, you prioritize your studies, and you kind of build that study muscle, right? That's the first thing I talk about in terms of managing time effectively, is the time you spend on something, make sure it's focused, especially with academics. As well as I think focusing on well-rounded development was really important for me. I was passionate about computer science. I was passionate about, at the time, cryptocurrency. The extracurriculars I did were directed around my development. And when that was the case, I enjoyed those activities. So it became much uh, more like a passion and less of a chore, right? And when it's a passion, time just flies by. So for students, I would say that spend time identifying your passion. Because once you hone in on your passion and you find things what you like, what you don't like, the time you spend in terms of personal growth and initiatives uh, flies by, and it doesn't becomes less of a chore, and it actually is like fun time. Um, and the third thing is building resilience, right? Um, a lot of successful people around me in high school, in terms of who did well in grades and all that, and myself as well in terms of how I managed my academics, uh, was centered around balance, right? I see with parents a lot of times, and this is not a knock. Parents want to do best for their kids, but oftentimes they might tell their kids, "No, don't go hang out with your friends. Finish this first." But that friend time, that time outside of your studies, helps balance your well-being and balance your growth. I wasn't a kid who was holed up studying 24/7. I spent my weekends hanging out with friends. I had sleepovers. I used to go eat dinner with friends on weekdays, all that type of stuff. And that time though it immediately I didn't get the job done, it helped make my studying, make my academics a long-term thing for me, right? If you spend all your time studying and you don't hang out with friends and you don't do anything that's fun, you don't watch TV, right? You're gonna burn out really quick, right? You want like high school is a marathon, not a sprint, right? You're not you know it's not just like 1 month and you're done, right? It's a long time. So you have to make sure you balance your academics with your well-being. Spend the time hanging out with friends. Spend the time, 2 hours a day watching TV if you need to, right? That's what makes you relax. That also helped me relax. I love watching TV with my brother and all that. Because again, if you're able to focus your time and really split, okay, like let's say in these 2 hours I'm gonna get my work done, or 3 hours I'm gonna get my work done, focused, not do anything else, then you can use your time more effectively, right? You can use your study time more effectively. Instead of 5 or 6 hours of studying, you can spend 3 hours of focused time, and then the rest, have fun. That's kind of the motto I operated by. Okay, specifically within AI now, right? I talked about my own high school and college journey. Let's talk about AI. Um, Again, I talked about how crypto was kind of the fad, the trend back in the day. AI was beginning, but wasn't um, quite as popular as it was now. Um, right now, the trend is AI. So as a high schooler, that's what I would jump on. I would jump on learning AI, building your knowledge in AI, because especially if you want to go into computer science, you need to have an AI background nowadays. You need to. Um, my time in Moderna, like they're investing and working heavily on AI, right? Pretty much every company. My time in internships in Amazon, AWS, uh, like Amazon specifically, I worked on an AI team, machine learning team. And while I wasn't doing the exact machine learning, I was working a lot of systems beside machine learning. So it kind of required me to at least have a pretty fundamental understanding of AI. I also learned within like my teaching assistant job in the graduate AI course, students who didn't come to the course with some fundamental knowledge really struggled. I'm not saying they didn't succeed. I had a lot of students who I worked with and had the pleasure of collaborating with and stuff in that class succeeded, even if they didn't have a formal AI background, but they struggled. They definitely did struggle. It was a lot easier for students who at least came to college, right? Came to the course with a proper AI background or some fundamental AI background. They were able to do that course that much more smoothly, right? It was a challenging course, don't get me wrong. But the fundamental knowledge really helped them succeed in that course. Okay. So all in all, this kind of boils down to, as a high schooler, I think building the AI knowledge now is awesome. Moving forward, if you want to pursue a computer science career, if you want to do things like teaching assistant, if you want to do internships and want to get internships, if you want to do research, it's kind of fundamental to pick up on the trend. And I really don't think AI is going to go anywhere, as you probably think as well. So AI in high school, highly, highly, highly recommend. I think it'll really kickstart your college journey. And this comes to my next point, right? And I wanted to drill this down about AI. But first, I wanted to talk about a metaphor here, right? Let's say you're a Formula One team. And for those who don't know, Formula One is a racing division. They build cars, so they build the cars from scratch. They have fundamental rules, and they also race them and see who wins, right? Your goal is I give you a F1 team, right? And this F1 team is pretty empty. You need to build the car, and you need to race the car. You need to hire the people you need, and you need to race that car. Okay? Um, your goal is to win the most races. Okay. So let's say I'm a one person team. I'm a one person team, right? I'm Team Nanav in the F1 division, right? Which background would be better suited for this challenge, right? If I had to build and race a car, would it be an actual race car driver or would it be the mechanic? Now, you can put your answers in the comments, but like I would say the mechanic. And the reason being is a mechanic can drive, but a race car driver can't build, right? Um, to build an F1 car requires you having a really in-depth, intricate knowledge of how a car works, how to put together an engine, how to put together the systems and controls, right, within building that car. A race car driver knows how to drive a car really, really well, but a mechanic knows how to drive a car decently well, right, as would anybody like any of us, but also knows how to build that car, right? I'd imagine if I was Team Nana, that I'm a race car driver, I might come to the track with two wheels connected by one axle. But a mechanic could probably come with this. If I was a mechanic, I could come with a pretty decent car. Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter, right? Well, I think that kind of drills down to the point of AI. A lot of us are race car drivers right now, right? I use ChatGPT on a daily basis. I use AI across the board, across all my different apps. I'm a race car driver. I use the technology. But very few of us, and including me, I think we're all striving to be mechanics, right? And push ourselves even more. Few of us really understand the intricacies of AI, right? How it works, um, how things connect. That's the mechanic's job, understanding the intricacies and details. Um, the thing is, if you're not a mechanic, right, it's really tough to build a good F1 car. Similarly, right, if you don't know the mechanics, the intricacies of AI, it's really tough to innovate, right, and build something new with AI. So all this is to say that fundamentals and foundation is really important in AI, and pretty much in any field in general. It's important to know how things work at a very, very deep down level to innovate and build new things, right? So what I would say is be a race car driver, sure, but also be that mechanic, right, within AI. Okay, so we talked about AI, we talked about research. Um, I think in terms of research and in terms of success in college, there are three important things to build on, right? If you want to have success in any area. The first is fundamentals, right? As I talked about, be the mechanic. You need that strong technical foundation to build on so you can innovate and push forward. You also need to find your passion, right? Um, and a saying I like to say from time to time is no one found their passion for art without touching a canvas. By that, I mean, without going into something and trying something new, it's really tough to find a passion, right? I can't say I have I can't know if I have a passion for computer science without typing some commands and writing some code on a computer. Similarly, right, within AI, you need to spend some time working with it, understanding the layers, reading, learning, right, from experts, to find your passion, right? You need to touch that canvas to find your passion for AI or whichever field you look into. But I know we're talking about AI here. The third thing is innovation, right? I think it's really important to get in the habit of breaking things, right? That's where innovation lies. It's looking at what's currently existing and seeing what can be improved, right? That's breaking things, disrupting. Research is really, really useful for that because research is all about finding new frontiers, right? By building that research muscle, you also build on the innovation muscle because you constantly try to find new things to innovate on. And that's really important going into college where you might need to work on projects or work on internships where you need to build new ideas and innovate, right? And it also helps moving forward in your career. So college and beyond, I think these three pillars, fundamentals, passion, innovation, are quite important for future success. So that comes to the AI research program, right? I talked about kind of what's important for a high schooler if they want to succeed in AI. This is our solution for Gifted Gabber. We have developed a really fundamental introduction to AI research program. This program is quite hands-on. It's really, really designed to deepen your knowledge and experience in AI. All talking about the fundamentals, talking about building your passion within AI, and also innovating through research. Through this program, we really, really want kids and Coach Joe, my mom, and the all wonderful team who joins us in Gifted Gabber are all really dedicated to pushing your children for success, right? And part of that, if they want to pursue AI, which I highly recommend, um, is making sure that they gain real world experience early on, right? You want to build that experience early on, learning from the experts in the field so you can get the latest and greatest knowledge, and also build up to that knowledge in a way that only experts can really teach you, and also build your fundamentals for through certifications and internships. So there's some awesome benefits to join this program as a high schooler. We really tuned it to get AI research in their minds and also get in the habit of innovating, doing better across technologies. Within this program, we have a lot of really awesome benefits and packages, right? Part of this program includes 10 live sessions with an AI expert and research professor who is really dedicated to students. The professor is really, really awesome. We also have 10 live sessions with creative writers who are very well trained and adept at writing research papers and helping students write research papers. Within this program, the fundamental basic package, we also include two one-on-one sessions. So this is private sessions with the research professor as well as the creative writer. And when you move the program to the more premium tier, you double those. So you get four one-on-one sessions with the research professor and four one-on-one sessions with the creative writer, which, uh, from my perspective, more one-on-one time with experts is always a good thing. You also get thesis defense. So one thing I wanted to mention here within our AI research program is we take this quite seriously. So part of this program is expecting you to write a research paper, and also just like you would in a proper program, uh, defend your research, right? Defend your thesis. So we have preparation for your thesis defense. We also have a final presentation, which we'll talk about. Our goal is really to make sure students come out of this program learning a lot and coming out of it with real AI research, right? So we have a final presentation which we expect students to really complete. We have meetings about submitting your research. Again, this is serious important stuff to research journals, so actual research journals, which publish research in quite well-read journals. We also have a final research paper review by both the AI research professor as well as the creative writer. And included in this program is also some preparation material and further help in certifications for Python. Within AI and machine learning, Python is really the go-to language. And if you build a certification in that, you will be in a great place to learn even more about AI. But you kind of need that fundamental Python knowledge so you can act on AI research and the new AI stuff. So having a fundamental programming language like Python, which is super important for AI, having that certification I think is quite important. We also are offering some preparation for the AWS AI practitioner certification. So this one just got released. In fact, I'm preparing for it as well. This AI practitioner, this new program within AWS is really designed to build the connection between how AI works and how to leverage AI in a practical sense through AWS. We also are often offering an AI internship during the summer through Gifted Gabber. Cool. So let's talk about how to get started. If you want to enroll in the AI research program, which is truly awesome, we tailored it for your high schoolers. You simply click on this link here, which I'll show you. You scroll down and you see here, boom, the first link here is the first tab is the AI research program. Enroll now. You can scroll down, watch some videos about what more it entails, what all are included, the specific session headlines, titles, what's being covered in those sessions, as well as enrollment, right? So if I click on enroll now here, you'll see that there's an enrollment. It starts January 26th. So if you want to enroll, I suggest enrolling super quickly because time's running out. It's kind of reaching the start of the program. Okay, cool. So as I talked about, through this program, you get to complete real research, write an AI model, write a research paper, submit this research paper for publishing, which we will help you through, as well as get those preparation for those important certifications, both Python and AWS AI, as well as the AI internship with Gifted Gabber. Now, one incentive which we devised, of course, as a coupon and discount, but you'll see that there's additional incentives which will help with the discount even further. And this relies on students completing the requirements. Okay, but straight off the bat, we have a $200 off coupon. If you put in spring 2025 in the discount box, you're going to get $200 off right off the bat. On top of that, again, we really want students to succeed. So we are giving an additional discount off if students complete their research paper, do their thesis defense, and complete the Python certification. So if you do those three, you get $100 cash back, right? And if they do the AWS AI practitioner certification, right? If they complete that and get their certification, you get an additional $200 off. So in total, if the students complete the requirements for the program and complete the certifications, you can get up to $500 off, right? But it's contingent upon those. The extra $300 off is contingent upon the research paper completion, and then thesis defense and those other certifications, right? So again, we are dedicated to make sure students come out of this program knowing a lot and coming with an innovation muscle. So we are adding that extra incentive. Cool. We're also offering this free on-demand course, which if you email us with the subject line passion project, we'll send you this awesome on-demand course so you can learn how to what a passion project entails as well. Cool. So that was quite some time of me talking through some stuff. Now let's throw it back to the wonderful audience and we can walk through some of your questions.
Great. Thanks, Ninad. You want to turn off your video and I'll read some questions that are
Sure.
there. Okay. So the first question is, what did you write in your Common App essay? Was it about crypto research? Yeah, keep your video on, Ninad. We want your video.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So what was your Common App essay on? And did you write about the crypto?
Yeah. So my comment essay was not on crypto. Um, I don't remember. It's been a while. But it was more so just I think the Common App is a lot more about explaining your uh, who you are as a person, right? So that might not necessarily be, expounding upon your activities. I think a place to add those activities, which we talk about a lot with our college counseling program and walk students through. We have had a lot of success, but in any case, like I think where to really show your activities is through your supplemental essays and your extracurricular list as well. But if you want to talk more about your ECs and how they've shaped you, I think through the supplementals is really important. So I do remember if I remember correctly, I did mention my cryptocurrency and blockchain research through my um, through that avenue, through supplementals. In fact, I believe in some colleges which accept research paper abstracts. I submitted my abstract as well, so it showed to colleges that I in fact did complete research. And of course, I think one of my top extracurricular items in my EC's list for the colleges which you submit, you choose 10 extracurriculars and you submit those to colleges. I think my research was really up there. I put that as one of my top ECs.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, yeah. So basically, for his Georgia Tech essay, which was like why Georgia Tech, he wrote about his how he likes to do research, cryptocurrency, and then segued it to a professor. And also, when you apply to Columbia, they ask you about research and submitting uh, an extract. Also, he got into Duke, where he wrote about his startup ideas, his research on crypto, and we got back a acceptance letter that said that the admission committee was impressed with his research prowess. So research is super important. And Nina did mention about it. You're going to get a $500 cash back. We want students and parents to have a skin in the game so that there is an incentive there to finish the research paper and the certification, right? So all of us, most parents want internships, but how do you get those internships? Internship is not a course. Internship is an employment. And this particular program that we are offering prepares you for that. I mean, which other candidate has a research paper, has a Python certification, has an AWS certification? Not only is it going to help you with your internships, it's going to help you with your college applications. I can straight down tell you that our students finished the AWS practitioner and everything and got a lot of college offers. So that's what we have. Our classes are filling up. And yes, any questions, please let us know. We are getting started with our AI program, which is on Sunday, 24th. Yeah. Any other questions? Please put them in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, and also if you want to call back from us, you can put your phone number in and we will call you back. We have our wonderful team of Lauren, Samya, and myself. If you have a question that you feel like needs to be addressed one-on-one, we can do that as well. You can put your phone number in and we'll call you back. And any specific questions for Ninad on his profile building? And okay, the question is, you did 20 APs. Did you do any dual enrollment?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
think
can
for
answer the question.
calculus,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for
I'll
calculus,
answer because
the AP the AP calculus did have a dual enrollment option, which I did take. That was the only dual enrollment class I did. Um,
uh, Ninad, it was also computer science programming with UPIT, University of Pittsburgh.
yes, that is two. Yeah, it's been a while. Yep, those two. Yes.
Yeah, so dual enrollment means you will take the AP courses in school, but your school will have a tie-up with another college. Got it? And what happens is when you take the AP course here, they will give you a dual enrollment certificate or an enrollment from that college, right? There are certain courses that are designed like that. The calculus AB, calculus BC, computer science programming. So there are certain courses. So he did do computer science programming that was a dual credit from University of Pittsburgh. So you need to find out from your school which college that they're tied to. Our school district is tied to Delaware Community College as well. Great question. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. So yeah, any other questions? Please, if you want us to call back, let us know. We will call you. Due to the tremendous demand of this program, we are already filling up. And Professor Monica, who is the main research professor, wants a very, very small cohort. And we are certainly going to close up. Like our neuroscience closed all up already. So our AI is going to get closed. And I'm just going to throw in another offer. I'm not even asked Ninad. If you enroll tonight before midnight and send us an email, you will get a free session with Ninad where he's going to show you his complete transcript, how he built this profile. We are going to give you that one-on-one exact formula if you enroll tonight. Okay, that's something that we want to do that. Okay, so yes, it's very imperative that if you're looking for that one-on-one guidance from Ninad, from the horse's mouth as to how he went about building it, you will get that if you enroll tonight. Okay, so there's another question. What's the advantage of dual enrollment comparing to AP? Not sure you covered that already, Ajay. Okay, so it doesn't matter. AP courses are already college credits. It's just that with the dual enrollment, the high school has a connection or a relationship with the college where you get, where they tell you that, hey, we are offering college credits from us. So Downingtown has a relationship with University of Pittsburgh and Delaware Community College. So it's in your college application, you put it as a dual enrollment. It's not a big deal, dual enrollment or anything. The big deal is how best you can transfer your credits to college and shave off the fee. Okay, so that's most important rather than dual enrollment or AP courses. It's the overall profile building. You've got to see it like holistically on the whole. How is your profile, right? So that's what we are offering you here. It's a no-brainer that you're getting so much value out of it. Number one, research. Number two, your child is going to create an AI model. Number three, you're going to get your paper published. Number four, you're going to get Python certification. Number five, AWS certification. And number six, research internship with Gifted Gapper. So you can imagine how much value that we are offering. And of course, if you enroll by tonight, you get a free session with Ninad to go over how he built his profile straight from scratch. Okay. Any other questions? No. If you want to call back, please put your phone number.
One question was there. Would you have the AI research program in the summer?
Okay, so that's another thing that we don't have control over. Professor Monica is not available in summer. You should understand that we run the program based on the professor availability, right? That's the biggest bottleneck, and also it's like a really good thing to have. And Professor Monica works with PhD candidates and not with high school students, so it's not possible for us to offer this in summer. And also, summer comes with other challenges, and going through this program really, really helps with building academic rigor. So yes. Yeah. Any other questions? Please share your phone number privately if you want to call back, and we will call you back. Any other questions, please let us know. We want to thank you for coming in. And like I said, it's not enough if you just gather all the information, right? Action comes in when you commit your child to the program, right? Children are not going to listen to their parents. Nina doesn't listen to me, and it's not like that. He has other mentors. So a surgeon cannot operate on their family, and that's why we are here with our army of experts. And action today is, if you want opportunities for your child, it takes hard work, and the very first step is committing to a program, any program, to get them that kind of help that they need, right? So that's what we are looking to provide you here, the kind of guidance and mentorship. Okay. Any other questions? Any parting words, Ninad, before we let everybody go?
No, yeah, that was great. That was great for sure. I couldn't agree more. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And yes, definitely recommend the program. So sign up um, as soon as you can because there's some good deals awaiting.
Yeah, I mean, every time we come up with something new, tonight you will get an exclusive free session. Please enroll and send us an email. This is not something that everybody's going to get. And we'll schedule a call with Ninad where he will go over your child's profile and give you advice and tell you exactly how he built the profile. Okay. Okay. If there's no other questions, I'm going to let you guys go. Anything that you want to add before we leave?
Nope, no, all good, all good. Thanks for tuning in. AI is awesome. So join if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye now.
Yeah.